Hey, what's going on? So today we're talking about the APF TV Fun 402, an Atari Pong clone. And later I'll go over why you should or shouldn't think about adding it to your collection. So, let's go. Man, that's kind of scary. Welcome to the lounge.
Your opening scene sucks, Dad.
Hi, and welcome to the Retro Tech Lounge. Today's fun episode is about the APF Fun 402, one of over 900 different fun Atari Pong clones. Okay, enough about fun. And it's not like Atari didn't have enough of their own, like the Pong Original, the Super Pong, Ultra Pong, and Pong Doubles, just to name a few. Then there was the Sears branded version, licensed by Atari, branded telegames, which literally they looked exactly the same on the outside and, well, the inside, since it was basically a Pong, just said telegames on it. So why so many? Well, when Pong came out in 1972, which, by the way, was created by Alan Alcorn, endorsed by Atari co-founders Nolan Bushnell and Ted Dabney, it was well received, and it also established the new realm of the video game industry. Of course, Magnavox sued for infringement, since they actually were the first creators of the video game console, called the Odyssey. It was kind of like a Pong game, but they added a board game to it, really confusing instructions, and you had to actually have a TV big enough to put the overlays on. It was really odd. Nonetheless, and Atari didn't even put out the Pong label until after Sears put out theirs, almost a year earlier. Wait a minute, what? Pong was created first, but the console Pong didn't go out until after Sears, which was a department store. Okay, what? Something about no one liked the console since there was no market for it, and even Sears sold it next to its appliances. So imagine you're in the store, you're in Sears, and you're walking next to the washing machine, you're going, "Man, honey, I want to get a new washing machine. I actually like that oven over there too. And I like," wait a minute, what is this? Is this some kind of alarm clock? Where's the numbers? Well, there was no video game section. But for now, let's talk about this nice looking, fake wood grained, light, oddly shaped console. It was built by APF Electronics, named after the brothers Al and Phil Friedman. It was the second model of the TV Fun series and came out in 1976. Now, APF wasn't originally a gaming company, just like Coleco, which was formerly known as the Connecticut Leather Company. Yeah, they made shoes. I can't think of anything else. Actually, APF originally imported electronics from Japan, then turned to producing calculators by building a plant in Hong Kong, of course. Then they dipped their feet into the video game consoles and attempted getting into the computer industry with the Imagination Machine. By the way, that's a great name for a computer. And all it was just the MPF 1000, which was the APF 1000, which was the last one of the TV Fun series, and it was actually a cartridge-based one. And they put that, and then they built a keyboard with some expandable ROM, and they just slid it on in, and voila, computer. It even had its own basic language. Another one. But neither here nor there. In the end, though, they did file for bankruptcy after the video game crash of 1983. Really sad. But enough about that. Let's talk about this. Alright, so this is the APF Fun TV 402. So it has 4 different games, tennis, hockey, handball, and
shooting, which I failed miserably earlier or later in it. These are the first and second player console, or the paddles, and you have the gun, which is the IR light. It's pretty flimsy, so I'm not a big fan of it. Alright, so we have the it's a 3.5 millimeter jack, and also the gun outlet is a 3-prong. It's pretty unique to the to the era. Alright, so this is what it is. It's the 402E. Now this just is when it came off the assembly line, and that's the channel 3 and 4, depending on what region you're in. These chips that were called Pong on a chip, the AY3-8500, it allowed many manufacturers to compete against the Atari Home Pong, which was just the Atari Pong. So taking this apart was pretty easy. There's 3 screws that are holding it in. One's in the battery compartment. They're pretty fairly to take apart. But I did have a problem with was trying to separate the 2 pieces of plastic, the top and bottom. It just didn't want to come out. I'm not sure. It kind of reminds me of when you're putting an IKEA table together, or anything from IKEA really, or the day before Christmas, and you're putting toys together and it's just not working. So thinking that taking off the knobs would help, but it really didn't. And after struggling for it for a good, I don't know how long, I thought there was like an extra hole right there. I mean, it looks like a hole. It looks like it's something like a screw or something, but yeah, it really wasn't anything. Yeah, it really took me 10 minutes to understand how to get it apart, but when you did, there you go. And it's really pretty basic. A couple leads go into the battery compartment, and just a regular circuit board. As you can see, on the right side, the RF switch is soldered on, so there's no chance of taking it off unless you want to break it. So I spent a lot of time trying to get these potentiometers working, but man, they were really corroded, so I just used some contact cleaner and was able to move them. These potentiometers are the same as you would find on a volume switch on your older stereos. So then I decided to put it back together and see if I can get it started. That's pretty much it. It's not really much to really take it apart. But here's the gun, a little small circuit board. I believe that's the IR sensor, or the IR controller, and that tube, which is just a big piece of plastic, has the IR sensor inside. And how they work is that it shoots a flash of light, well, IR light, and it bounces back off the screen. But let's go ahead and see how it works. So my old faithful TV here, and of course I got to put it on channel 3 because, well, that's what it works on, since it was the region in where I lived. 3 or 4, just because not a lot of broadcasting was done on 3 or 4. So, like I said before, it did take 6 C-cell batteries, or it could have been powered by an external power supply unit, 9 volt. And just to note that it was one of the first ones to have digital scoring up to 21. And it was also one of the first ones to offer color. Now, it definitely wasn't working for me here, though.
And you can see you kind of go off the screen. Why would you go off the screen? That's so weird. Like, whoop, disappeared. Oh, can't find me. Hide and seek. Okay. So this is the doubles. For some reason, doesn't want to serve anything. Now this is supposed to be hockey, auto, and reset. And this is going to show up somewhere. Oh, whoa. Oh.
Yeah, pretty much at this point I gave up because it wasn't working at all. Shucks.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this fun from the past. However, this console isn't nothing to write home about. Yes, the outside is attractive, and it does play Pong well, but it's just Pong. If you want to collect items like this, then there are a few out there that do warrant your attention. But any more than 2 you're just wasting your money, pretty much. I will include a link to a great list of all the Pong variants out there in the description box below. But for now, grab yourself an original Pong model C100 or Sears Telegames equivalent. Those are the ones that make sense to collect. You can get those off eBay pretty cheap and in working condition. Just an idea, and with that, thanks for watching. Oh, hope you enjoyed the video as much as I did making it. If you found this video entertaining or helpful and look forward to seeing more, consider hitting that subscribe button. Alright then, we'll see you in the lounge. Come on. How is that possible?